Everyone, it's me, Julie O'Connell. I'm coming on here to do this live today about the Branch Davidians that were originally, it was a cult that was really based on anti-government and also against was a sect off of the Seventh-day Advents, and also really believed that an imminent Armageddon was going to happen. The Branch Davidians is one of the most known religious sects in the world because of the raid that happened to them in 1993 with the standoff where federal agents, went in and intercepted them in Waco, Texas. This was a defining moment that sparked debates about cults and religious freedoms and religions within the world. The Branch Davidians was they shot off from the Seventh-day Adventist roots. The group's charismatic leader, David Koresh. He interpreted biblical prophecy. He truly thought the world was going to end, and it was imminent. He also lived on a compound where communal living was happening and polygamy was happening. And this is why it's important to talk about cults, because polygamy is also harmful. They had a stockpile of weapons. They caused the Bureau of Tobacco and Firearms to try to raid the base, but however, they were not able to because what occurred was a 51-day standoff. And they needed assistance from the FBI. The roots date back to the 1930s as Victor's Hutef's Davidians and formalized as a Branch Davidians in 1955 following Hutef's death. David Koresh Vernon, aka Vernon Howell, rose to leadership claiming he was a prophet of the Lord. He had a unique insight into the 7 seals of Revelation. He then prepared his followers for the coming of Christ. He truly believed in communal living and spiritual wives. This is where the polygamy comes into play. The polygamy was big and rampant on this communal compound called Mount Carmel. The siege. The Branch Davidians lived on Mount Carmel compound. There was a standoff for 51 days. Thus, the FBI was brought on board to enter negotiations. However, on day 51, it ended in a fiery inferno as tear gas was being lit up into their compound. This resulted in 80 deaths, including many were children. Some survivors were punished after this intense standoff. I'm going to apologize now. There's sirens going off, and there's one of my neighbors arguing. So, some survivors swore off punishment, while others continued the faith and published Koresh's findings. So, in my opinion, Janet Reno did not wait to get all the information that she needed to go in there and secure a proper negotiation tactic. They had enough food to last for months within the compound of the Branch Davidians. They could have held out longer. However, what happened was very harmful. What happened destroyed many lives of children because the adults set the compound on fire. If Janet Reno had just waited, they might have been able to negotiate with the Branch Davidians. Because from what I understand, David Koresh his patience was wearing thin. This sparked the Oklahoma City bombing, according to one of the bombers that was arrested. This, sparks a movement about being anti-government. And I'm not necessarily for anti-government. I just don't think we need as big of a government that we have now. We don't need to have so many oversight committees. We don't need to have the Bureau of Land Management. Because the Bureau of Land Management does nothing but destroy ecosystems and destroys wildlife. And I truly believe, in my opinion, Janet Reno didn't formulate a conclusive plan to go in to get these children out of the compound. Many who have left have spoken out about this compound and how polygamy was rampant, how they were punished if they didn't follow David Koresh's orders. Similar to what happens in Scientology. Scientology is similar to the Branch Davidians in the fact that they don't believe in a government, that government rules don't apply to them. Scientology, they tell their members they aren't allowed to go to the police for any reason, and it's in their written policies. This is why these cults are so dangerous. These cults that demand attention. Scientology is a human trafficking cult, and they have harmed members, and they do it on a global scale. They're in 134 orgs. And of course, Aaron did not compile data for the front groups. That's because he's going with the information inside the orgs. So, Scientology has harmed children. Scientology will continue to harm children if it's not addressed through the CANRA Act, the Child Abuse Neglect Reporting Act. There are many movements that were helpful. Nora trashed that chance for children to be, the child abuse to be looked into. When DOA was doing his rant in that courtroom at the LAPD commissioners meeting, not only did he trash the anti-Scientology movement, Audit LA was there and witnessed the whole thing. Aaron did not blindside the commissioners meeting with the film crew. That's furthest from the truth. That's a false narrative. I don't support false narratives. I haven't from the beginning. Anyone who knows me knows that I seek the truth. And I do my research for my videos. The Branch Davidians was a harmful cult. Because a lot of the members that went into the Branch Davidians, they cut off communication similar to Scientology with family members. Family members kept calling the police and calling the FBI about the Branch Davidians because they haven't heard from family members. It's similar to what Scientology does. If Scientology sees you as a potential trouble source, if you are not handled, they will shut off communication with you, the family members that are inside the cult. This is why Scientology is so harmful. Their disconnection policy is absolutely harmful. This is why each cult is unique in their thinking, but they are all very similar. They all have a charismatic leader. They all have a forced disconnection policy. They all harm children. They all don't respect the elderly. They don't. In Scientology, if you're gay, you're considered a degraded being. Below body death. It's a proven fact. Scientology is a harmful human trafficking cult. I'm going to continue to speak my truth. I'm going to continue to do the content that I love on my channel. And I will fight the Church of Scientology every single day until the day I die. Because Scientology needs to be brought to justice for all the abuses that they have committed in their church, including the RICO violations, the fraud, the manipulation, the racketeering behind the scenes to get the IRS to give them tax-exempt status. That's considered racketeering. That is a criminal organization. Thank you and have a great day. Do the things you love. Take time for yourself. Thank you.